Nortel Networks Corporation was once a shining star in the world of telecommunications. Founded in 1895 as Northern Electric and Manufacturing, the company evolved over the years to become a global leader in the telecommunications industry. However, the company's rapid growth and aggressive expansion led to its eventual downfall, culminating in one of the largest bankruptcies in Canadian history. In this video, we will examine the rise and fall of Nortel, analyzing the factors that contributed to its success as well as the missteps that ultimately led to its demise. Chapter 1: The Rise of Nortel. The rise of Nortel can be attributed to a number of factors, including strategic acquisitions, innovative product development, and strong leadership. One of the key drivers of Nortel's success was its acquisition strategy. Beginning in the late 1980s, Nortel began acquiring companies in order to expand into new markets and diversify its product portfolio. These acquisitions included the purchase of STC Submarine Systems, a manufacturer of undersea fiber optic cables, in 1989, as well as the acquisition of Bay Networks, a provider of networking equipment, in 1998. By acquiring companies with complementary technologies and expertise, Nortel was able to broaden its offerings and strengthen its position in the market. In addition to its acquisition strategy, Nortel also invested heavily in research and development, with a particular focus on innovation. The company's Bell Northern Research Division was responsible for many of its groundbreaking products, including the Digital Multiplex System, DMS, which revolutionized the telecommunications industry by allowing for the transmission of multiple voice and data channels over a single line. Other notable products developed by Nortel include the Passport series of routing switches and the Meridian line of business phone systems. Another factor that contributed to Nortel's success was its strong leadership. Throughout the company's history, it was led by a series of skilled executives who were able to navigate changing market conditions and guide the company to success. Notable leaders of Nortel include John Roth, who served as CEO from 1997 to 2001, and Frank Dunn, who took over as CEO in 2001. The rise of Nortel was the result of a combination of strategic acquisitions, innovative product development, and strong leadership. By focusing on these key areas, Nortel was able to become a global leader in the telecommunications industry and achieve unprecedented success. Chapter 2: The dot-com bubble and Nortel's peak. The dot-com bubble was a period of rapid growth and speculation in the late 1990s and early 2000s, characterized by a surge in investments and valuations of internet-based companies. This bubble eventually burst in 2001, leading to a significant market downturn and the collapse of many dot-com companies. Nortel, a major player in the telecommunications industry, experienced its peak during the dot-com bubble. The company's stock price skyrocketed in the late 1990s, driven by strong demand for its products and services, as well as speculation and hype around the potential of the internet and technology industry. At its peak in 2000, Nortel had a market capitalization of over $250 billion, making it one of the most valuable companies in the world. However, this valuation was largely based on unrealistic projections and expectations, and Nortel's financial performance did not live up to the hype. As the dot-com bubble began to burst in 2001, Nortel's stock price began to plummet. The company's financial performance was negatively impacted by a number of factors, including a decrease in demand for its products and services, increased competition, and accounting scandals that brought to light questionable financial practices. By 2002, Nortel's market capitalization had fallen to less than $10 billion, representing a massive decline in value over a relatively short period of time. The company struggled to recover from this downturn and eventually filed for bankruptcy in 2009. Nortel's peak during the dot-com bubble was characterized by unrealistic valuations and expectations, driven by hype and speculation around the technology industry. However, the eventual burst of the bubble and Nortel's struggles to adapt to changing market conditions ultimately led to its downfall. Chapter 3: The Fall of Nortel. The fall of Nortel can be attributed to a number of factors, including intense competition, a decline in demand for its products and services, questionable accounting practices, and a failure to adapt to changing market conditions. One of the main reasons for Nortel's decline was intense competition in the telecommunications industry. The rise of new players, particularly in emerging markets, challenged Nortel's dominance and eroded its market share. In addition, the company faced increased competition from established competitors such as Cisco and Lucent. Another factor that contributed to Nortel's decline was a decline in demand for its products and services. As the telecommunications industry shifted towards new technologies and services, such as wireless and broadband, Nortel struggled to keep up with changing market demands. In addition, the economic downturn in the early 2000s and the aftermath of the dot-com bubble burst resulted in reduced spending on telecommunications infrastructure and equipment, which further impacted Nortel's financial performance. Nortel's questionable accounting practices also played a role in its downfall. In 2004, the company announced that it would restate its financial results for the previous 3 years due to accounting irregularities. This led to investigations by regulatory bodies and a loss of investor confidence, which further impacted Nortel's stock price and financial performance. Finally, Nortel's failure to adapt to changing market conditions also contributed to its decline. The company was slow to adopt new technologies and services, and was late to enter emerging markets such as China and India. This lack of adaptability and innovation ultimately led to Nortel's inability to compete effectively in a rapidly changing industry. In 2009, Nortel filed for bankruptcy and began selling off its assets. The company's downfall was a significant event in the telecommunications industry and a cautionary tale about the importance of adaptability and innovation in a rapidly changing market. Chapter 4: The Impact of Nortel's Bankruptcy. The impact of Nortel's bankruptcy was significant, both for the telecommunications industry and the Canadian economy. Nortel was a major player in the telecommunications industry and a significant contributor to the Canadian economy, with over 90% of its workforce based in Canada. The company's bankruptcy led to the loss of thousands of jobs and the closure of many of its facilities, causing a ripple effect throughout the Canadian economy. This had a significant impact on the Canadian job market and contributed to a period of economic uncertainty in the country. In addition, Nortel's bankruptcy had significant implications for the telecommunications industry. The company's products and services were widely used in telecommunications infrastructure around the world, and its bankruptcy created a void in the industry that had to be filled by other companies. This led to increased competition and consolidation in the industry, with many of Nortel's competitors expanding their market share and influence. Nortel's bankruptcy also had legal and financial implications, with various parties involved in lawsuits and disputes over the company's assets and liabilities. This resulted in a complex and protracted bankruptcy process that lasted for several years. Nortel's bankruptcy had a profound impact on the telecommunications industry and the Canadian economy, highlighting the risks and challenges faced by companies in rapidly changing markets. The fallout from Nortel's bankruptcy is still being felt today, with the legacy of the company's rise and fall serving as a reminder of the importance of adaptability, innovation, and sound financial practices in the business world. Chapter 5: Lessons Learned from the Rise and Fall of Nortel. The rise and fall of Nortel provides several valuable lessons for businesses and investors. Nortel's downfall can be attributed, in part, to its failure to adapt to changing market conditions and emerging technologies. Companies must be willing to innovate and adapt to remain competitive. Nortel's questionable accounting practices contributed to its downfall. Companies must maintain transparency and integrity in their financial reporting to maintain investor confidence. Nortel's success was largely tied to its dominance in the telecommunications industry, and its downfall was precipitated by a decline in demand for its products and services. Diversification and expansion into new markets can help mitigate the risk of over-reliance on a single product or industry. Nortel's dominance in the telecommunications industry was challenged by emerging players, leading to a decline in market share. Companies must be aware of the competitive landscape and work to differentiate themselves in order to maintain their position. Nortel's bankruptcy had significant implications for the telecommunications industry and the Canadian economy, resulting in the loss of thousands of jobs and a period of economic uncertainty. Companies and investors must be aware of the risks and consequences of bankruptcy and work to maintain financial stability and resilience. In summary, the rise and fall of Nortel serves as a cautionary tale about the importance of adaptability, financial integrity, diversification, competition, and risk management in the business world.
Thank you for watching. Please let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Do not forget to subscribe and share.